Come on. You got to decide you can't. You got to decide you can't. Got to be a decision, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey,
Come on. Oh, your name's not Jeff. Name's Bent. Yes, Bent Hayes. Bent
you gotta go
Hayes.
close.
A little closer.
Oh, I was like,
Well, you gotta get closer to the mic, though. I'll keep track of this bit. Right about here. How's that sounding?
We're already live,
We are already live. I know we're already live. I knew that.
but
I
we're not
wasn't.
on yet.
Yeah, no, we're on.
Okay.
We're on. What do you
Okay.
mean we're not on?
Hi, peoples.
Okay, we got like a special show.
Special show.
A really special show.
Okay.
This is like if like I had a favorite gamer, like a guy that I could watch just play games 24/7 because
Right.
there's just a love of it. He just loves the game.
Right.
It'd be Ben Hayes.
Ben Hayes.
Ben Hayes.
You got love for the game, kid?
Got love for the game? Wait, they can't hear you nod your head. Yes. Yes. Where are you from, kid? Ohio? Columbus? Can you hear him?
Yeah. Turning it.
A little bit? Okay. Okay. Columbus, Ohio. Gahanna, Ohio. Central Ohio. 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 What's okay? Question. What's the first? So Ben Hayes, young gamer. That's why you don't see him on camera. He's 9. We're gonna be doing Twitch streams with him soon. Ben Hayes and old Zen Hayes and some Fortnite. Yeah, and maybe some. What else do you like to play? That would work. Some Minecraft. You can show people how to build different stuff in Minecraft. You like to build spaces, right?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, they ain't gonna pick up that thumbs up if you aren't on camera, man.
I know.
Okay.
Not
What are your first memories? So I've never asked somebody as young as you what the first thing is you remember. Like if you try and remember like the very, 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 very like you can close your eyes and see, not like somebody told you about it. What's the first thing you remember?
I remember the name, but I remember up and down aisles.
Running up and down the aisles?
Yeah.
Wasn't Lowe's like we were at the other day, was it? It might have been. You've done a lot of running up and down those aisles, that's for sure. You know that I've always been a runner though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the next question is one that most people are gonna be like, "You're asking a 9-year-old," and I'm gonna kind of answer it a little bit for you. The next question is, "How do you work?" And most people are like, "Well, he's a 9-year-old. He goes to school and blah blah blah." But I'll be honest, you tend to work really hard at things, don't you? You tend to go.
Yeah.
You have a drive that always amazes me. That you're a climber, yeah, and you do the Ninja Warrior stuff, you do parkour, you're currently trying to get your speed faster every day.
That's
And
true.
you're trying to, you do more chin-ups than I could ever do. Ever. So how do you work? What makes your work ethic so strong? What do you think of as how you learn how to do something? I
I
was
don't know.
Go ahead.
It's a hard question. No, you can.
Well, no, do you know what I was thinking? Was though, but I always remember the time that you came to me and you were only 3 or 4 and you were telling me that you needed to go work on ladders. And then you went and for 45 minutes, the little guy, up and down until you came back and you said, you know what, I've got it. And I've always thought that when it came to working at things, or you were really good at understanding that you didn't have to know it all in a single day. That you got to work at it. Yeah, that it doesn't just come that what do we say? You got to lift that cow every day. That if you stop, if you quit practicing, it gets harder because the world changes. I bet maybe how do you play? What do you do to play? What's your favorite? What do you like to do? Come up with all of them. You can just talk to me.
Okay. But play outside. I'd I like
Right?
to play outside, parkour,
Yeah.
climbing.
Wow.
I'm a big running. Floor is long.
Yeah, you've always loved floor is lava because we've got a special kind of playground area where you can really get up off the ground. There's ropes, there's things to climb on, there's good floor is lava places. Yeah. And then you like to play video games.
Yeah. I also climb with all my friends. There's so much space that you can really put 7 kids,
Oh, at least.
and you would just be able to have some of the best games ever.
Well, that makes me feel really good because you know what, I might have built that part.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you know what, it kind of makes
You
me feel.
basically built the whole backyard.
Well, I did. Maybe one of these days you'll have to take pictures and we can post them. We talked about, being that you're part of the studio, that you could run around and take pictures. You could be like our star reporter that goes, "What's this?" Or, that we don't have pictures of the pond up, or pictures of Clyde, or pictures of Ross sleeping, or any of those
Those are
things.
easy.
Huh?
Those are easy to find. There will be a
There'll be a couple of them that
yeah.
we
There'll
can
be
just
more
pull
than
up
a
from
couple
wherever.
today,
What was it? Oh no, I can't. Half biscuit sleepy.
yeah. yeah.
I've got a picture of poor Ross. He was so tired that he had about half a roll in his hand, and he was out cold with a half a roll. So I know that you think about this stuff because we talk about it sometimes, and it doesn't have to be. Sometimes people talk about prayer. Sometimes people talk about meditation. I know we talk about breathing and pausing. And you do any? Is there any of that stuff that you like to do?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Maybe
Like,
later. I mean, we do breathe. Breathing.
yeah,
I mean, we've
breathing
always.
and pausing.
Yeah,
We're
we do.
gonna just get the
Yeah.
go try to forget the bad thoughts.
Well, go searching for the good.
Yeah.
You'll find what you're looking for. And you know what? If you go into your day expecting to fall asleep, you will fall asleep.
I feel like those words are targeted, sir.
At who? At who? But at who?
Me.
What have you heard? Is there a grumpy involved?
God.
The word heard and grumpy just go together. Well, okay, so there was a young man whose wife got very mad at them and they got divorced and his wife took a poop in his bed. She was very mad at him. She pooped on his bed. But that's not normal. People don't poop on beds. Even our cats don't poop on the bed and not nice. You think that's nice? Is it nice to poop on somebody's bed?
No, but
No.
you're forgetting one cat named.
Well, but did he poop on the bed?
What do
He
you have
puked on
before?
the bed. Different.
No. Not
So is it interesting? I mean, it's hard at 9 to figure out where you fit in the world, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Feel like everybody's constantly making decisions and you got nothing to do with it. Or are you just telling them what to do? Maybe.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay, tell me, what do you love? What in this world does Bentley love? There are correct answers if you want to get allowance ever. But yeah, not really. What do you love?
My pet.
Yeah, yeah. We have a lot of pets, don't we? What all kind of what all do you have? Can you think can you
Okay. I've actually counted them all.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear it. What all pets do you have?
So we have fish. We have six. We
With
have
Clyde, right? We have
axolotl. We have snake. We have pond.
what all's in the
Um,
pond?
koi, turtles, goldfish, Chinese algae, guppies, and I think
Snails and shrimp.
it's shrimp.
Snails and shrimp. Yeah, no, we got
And then we have a tortoise.
we do. What's your tortoise's name? Nomad. And the funny thing was we named it Nomad not because it wanders, but he does kind of wander. She kind of wanders, but it was for nomad, as in don't be mad. That was that's a lot of the way we look at the world. When we talk about wanting to do a stream in gaming, and for those of you who haven't figured it out, I'll be the face of I'm not as good at the video games as he is, but you'll still hear as much of him as you are now. There'll be a voice of both of us talking. That's something we've always loved doing. That we've that's what's kind of cool about that. We like the idea of playing together. As far as whether it's outside playing or going for walks, or we were at the park yesterday, weren't we?
Yeah.
That
But
well, yeah, and then you want to tell everybody about you getting a nosebleed? No, no nosebleed stories. Okay.
No.
What are you afraid of? Isn't it?
Depends on how you think.
Even the adults find some of these. The adults think these questions are. Yeah, yeah. That it's built to. They're easy. They're simple questions, but they're hard to answer. You know what I mean? They're very short questions. They're not like. But
Oh, right. 20 words.
yeah, right. So what
That would be hurtful.
is? What are you afraid of though? Spiders? I like
Spiders
spiders.
help us.
Spiders help us.
They're scared of us. They're more scared of us than we are of them
That's true.
because
That
we're a
really
lot
is
bigger
true.
than them.
You know what? We are much, much bigger than spiders. Most of us.
I'm still scared of them though. They're scary. I don't like looking at them.
I don't like looking at them.
No,
Just bad.
they're crawly, creepy. That's why they're called creepy crawlies.
Is that the one worst part of moving into our world? Is Matt doesn't care about the spiders?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it really?
Yeah.
Matt don't.
That's
Matt don't
probably
care.
that.
No, Papa, you know what you should
That.
do? You should just put a pile of frost, put a pile of powder on the ground and see what sets in it, and then later that same night, all the spiders would be glowing right there for rocks.
Little spots where you can see them walking all over everything.
Oh,
He said that put glow powder down so they'll all walk through it. Then you'll see the little footprints everywhere to see what all was going where.
I don't need to see where they're walking. That sounds horrifying.
He would terrify you, wouldn't he? Bentley is more than willing to make you pay a price.
What did I do to you, man? What did I do?
Oh, did you mention the iguana?
Oh no, you switched questions.
Oh, did I?
Midway
I'm
through.
sorry. I forgot Toothless.
I never went upstairs to any of those tanks. I only got the downstairs.
More fish tanks upstairs.
Together.
Well, we have fish and axolotls and
Iguanas.
snakes that eat fish.
And soon to get a beardy, hopefully.
A bearded dragon. Oh,
Yeah.
bearded dragon this fall. Who knows? Maybe we can find people on a not on air. I'm talking about your mom and other people. Maybe they'll be ends up being.
My
We'll
mom
see.
has a beard.
Got rid of it. You know what? Beardies are cool. Have you ever seen a bearded dragon, Ross?
Yeah, my
She
friend has one.
She was the one who
They're pretty cool.
she
Yeah.
was the one who recommended.
Yeah, that they're, you know what, they're really got a sweet disposition. They do.
We went
They
to the
do.
reptile show and we just saw one laying on a couch. Like, it wasn't a big couch.
Not a large couch, but it was a very comfortable bearded dragon.
He didn't care. He wasn't even in his head.
So you're 9. Had
Mhm.
9 years into this big world, maybe almost 10. You're getting there. You're coming around the bend on double digits. Numbers one, double digits. What do you think you know? What have you learned in your 9 years?
A lot?
A lot. Anything in particular? Just math and science, or do you have any words of wisdom for us? Have you come upon any deep thoughts as you've, you know, encountered the hardships of 9-year-old life? Ah, the hardship. No,
No.
no
No.
wisdom. You're the little boy that told me, you know what, all the world needs is love.
Yeah.
You told me that. You know what? It was funny. I forget who was in the house, and we were watching TV, and it was the news, and you said, all the world needs is love. That's what we operate on it. That's the
It needs to be
idea.
heard.
Yeah, make noise be heard. Do you hear him? Make noise be heard. That the whole idea behind us even venturing into an additional streaming platform is that one of the things I like to believe Ben Hayes and I do is we bring a different outlook in a world where there's YouTubers and streamers that break stuff and get all angry. We are big on, if it's not a game, don't play. If it's gotten so serious that you can't enjoy it, why would you keep doing that? No, I don't think you break stuff, do you? Shaky, shaky, rattle, rattle.
No.
No, no breaky. No breaky the things. I think that'll be fun. I
I'm
think
still
it'll.
impressed.
Huh?
We've almost.
Ooh, how did I break your Xbox?
You almost.
How did
But
I-
almost don't.
Oh well, that okay, yeah.
Water.
That might have been. Yeah, I might have done that.
And
Okay,
then-
that's a
and then-
valid
And then
point.
me and my friend spilled water on my controller. I
Oh,
wasn't able to use it.
but it works again now.
Yeah, I'm still using the same controller.
You know what? One of these days, maybe we'll have to get you a controller deal. Not because you break them, but just an extra controller, huh? Not really.
I mean, we have one game that uses two controllers.
I mean, and the reality is, we've got wired. I can, like, I don't, nah. He's too good for that. That's not true. He plays on this one on the, he plays on my computer.
Yeah.
It's
That,
just too laggy.
we played Fortnite. Sorry, running a couple other things. That we've played Fortnite years now, you and I. That when I broke my back, Bent would we'd sync his phone to the TV, and he would be leveling me to get my Wolverine skin. Made sure I couldn't
Yeah.
I couldn't even play.
That was the kit season.
Didn't even play.
I was on painkillers. I just gotten
Oh.
bruising my back, and yeah,
Right. Okay.
I was in a lot. Weird. I don't
Yeah.
remember it very well.
The last day, though, of that barely get.
That's what it
2000
was.
kit.
Oh, that's true. I love that season. Kit was the coolest. Then you got me black and white kit.
Got you every
That I
time.
got my Archie kit. Those of you who know us, Archimedes was the first cat that was in the house when Bentley was here. Was since passed. But if you've ever played Fortnite, Kit is a muscular looking bodybuilding style cat, and they had a black grayish version, and reminded us of Archie did. Oh, that's Archie.
Or
All right, or
Astrid, or Grayson, or Shug. Didn't forget Shug.
don't know much. What would make your days easy?
rather learn.
Well, I
You
don't
know
think you
you
can
know
ever
it.
know it all.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible. Really? That's the one. Oh, why are you asking that? Well, because some people, I everything. Not in the sense that I think I can ever, but in the sense that I love constant knowledge and the wisdom stuff around me. So it's kind of, I don't think of it as a destination. Never stop learning. Done learning already?
I
I
mean, I
hear,
want summer, but
aren't you getting ready to graduate college?
at
You
9
gonna be a
years
doc,
old,
gonna be a doctor soon?
at 9 years old, I'm at the.
My little buddy Doogie Howser, Doogie the Doogie. So, how do you think you have a purpose or fun or what are your thoughts? Think about that's like the deepest, most. What do you believe inside of you? Okay?
That we're kind of meant to protect the earth.
Yeah, I think that's very true. I think that's a very good one. I'll even go end each other. Go end each other. That we're supposed to good to the living things, the earth, and we're living things. Good to each other. But just being good to the animals, we should ourselves. We're kind of, oh. So, are you hoping to be streaming for your birthday this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah. I think your main games are gonna be what? It's gonna be those two.
Fortnite.
Fortnite, Minecraft. That would be awesome. I think that I can't wait to be doing some Twitch streaming. What do you think?
Me too. I love video games. They're awesome.
Right? Well, I can't thank you enough, buddy. You're the best. That's you know what you. So do you like getting to come down here and studio for a minute? And
Yeah.
yeah, is this a crazy part of your life? Is it the studio in the middle of your house? Yeah, there's a pond. The other room has a pond in it, doesn't it? So does it feel like you're in a crazy world or a special world? Is it like I don't you know, are you
I
like
don't
my
really know.
papa is a nut?
Sometimes you're a little bit crazy. Sometimes you're not.
Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't. Almond joys have nuts. Almonds don't because candy bar commercial. They have the ones with the almonds and the ones without. Have I told you today how much I love you, Bent Hayes?
No.
Oh, come on,
Yes, you have.
Miles.
No, you have. No, no, you have. Now he has.
Now I have. You know what? I hope I don't ever want you to feel not a part of this. That's an important part of what I'm doing is you. That the reality is so many of the things I learned along the way, I learned from a little boy. And whether it was realizing I had to slow down walking around the block or, find a that was yours and not mine because it allowed a real sense of wonder, so that I could remember to be amazed by things like you because I'd forgotten. Reminded me. Hey, we were watching birds yesterday, weren't we? Birds and
Yeah.
the birds and the chipmunks and they were all over the place and we just sat there. It was
Let's
funny.
speak about-
No, I didn't say nothing about that. That we just sat there and watched them and watched them and watched them. And there was a little finch, there was a little tiny one about just that big, sitting in there with the chipmunks, and it was like tinier than the chipmunks. This little bird.
So the bird was just chilling with the chipmunks.
I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I mean, the one chipmunk was trying to dig somewhere, and then he got bored and left. Then we had those pretty red finches. And then we have like went on one button quail. Yes, we had some blue jay. I don't think we saw any cardinals. I think they were all those little red finches. What I think.
Fire.
No, no, I'm not gonna try it. No,
No, no, no.
no,
Oh, don't you like spiders? Isn't that your favorite?
no. It's my least favorite.
Guys, I think Ross
I
needs
am
a spider.
I am so glad to have gotten a chance for us to sit here and talk, buddy. It makes my day. Ross needs a spider.
Yeah.
Ross needs a spider. Town needs an enema. Ross needs a spider.
Mm.
Ross, saved every one of us.
I don't need this.